Och jag ber om största möjliga tystnad. För nu ska det inte bli rock'n'roll på scenen här. Nu ska vi höra ett samtal här uppe på scenen. Men först vill jag önska alla hjärtligt välkomna till det officiella releasefesten för Alice Coopers nya platta Paranormal! Varenda en här inne kommer att komma ihåg det här och berätta för barnbarnen sen. Ni var där! Eller? Hur många var på konserten? 2 stycken, skitbra! Jag ska byta till engelska här, för det är så många som pratar engelska inne och framförallt de här, ja, själva figuren i sammanhanget jag pratar med. This guy is completely responsible for ruining my teenage years. He was my first idol, the first poster I put on my wall, and he completely screwed me up like he did with you too. And now he's out with a new record and he's here. And I'm extremely proud to call him the coolest man alive and my friend, Mr. Alice Cooper. How you doing, Alice, after the show?
I'm great. I'm not tired. You're probably more tired than I am.
What's the verdict for tonight's show?
Great audience. That's fun.
It's pretty good, isn't it? Remember the first time you went to this place in 1975? That's actually your first show in Stockholm ever.
75, I was drinking, so I don't remember anything.
But it was there.
After I got sober, I remembered everything.
It's your home venue now in Stockholm.
Oh yeah, it's always been, the last time we played here with Vampires.
Yep.
Hollywood Vampires, and that's always the best crowd of the whole thing. You know? Yeah. So
there's a new record out. Your 231st record, is it?
Yeah, it's 27. 27.
Tell us about it. Tell us about Paranormal.
Paranormal is basically, we tried not to write like a concept album. We didn't want to write a concept album and accidentally wrote a concept album. Because every character on the album has got some sort of paranormal problem. And that's what held it together, really. And the people we used, Larry Mullen Jr. from U2 on drums. Billy Gibbons on guitar on some of the stuff. Of course, Tommy Denander, right there.
Right there. The Swedish guy. This is the city's hero.
Did a lot of writing with Tommy and Tommy Henriksen. Tommy, come out here. You would have dressed if you would have known I was going to bring you out, right? And then Bob Ezra, that was sort of the writing team.
And Roger Glover is there.
And Roger Glover plays on it from Deep Purple. And but I think Larry Mullen Jr. was the really interesting part of the album because he doesn't play drums like anybody else. I mean, I've got the best touring drummer in the world with me, right here. In fact, he's back there too, isn't he? Where is he? Oh, he's running around probably eating or something. But Glenn Sobel is,
he's amazing.
He voted the best rock drummer in rock and roll, so, I'm carrying a pretty good crew, and Ryan Roxy's from Stockholm. And Hurricane Nita Strauss back there, Hurricane.
Nita!
There you go. She pushes me every night. Pushes me hard every night.
That's a real guitar hero right there.
That's it. And like I said, Ryan, Roxy, and Tommy, and they got 3 guitar players, and they're all the best. And then Chuck Garrick.
The album sounds very much like a group effort. It sounds like a band album.
It really does. And I wanted it to sound not layered. I didn't want to layer it. Drums and bass on first, and then guitar, and then this. Every time we play, every single song was live in the studio. So we took what band was there and recorded everything live, and then we put the vocal on it. But I mean, even the original band, with the original band, I wanted Dennis, Neil, and Mike to play live in the studio because that was the original sound of Alice Cooper, and they really captured it.
They visited Welcome to My Nightmare.
Right. And different. We never could find Mike. Dennis and Neil were always around, but I never could find Mike Bruce. So when I got a hold of Mike and I got all 3 of them in the studio, we could actually sound like Alice Cooper.
And two. Was there a specific chemistry between you guys when you were in the studio now, about 40 years later?
It was just exactly like it used to be. You know, when the band broke up, the original band, we didn't break up with any bad blood. Nobody was angry at anybody. The band just separated, sort of separated. But we always stayed in touch. So it really wasn't awkward to call them and say, let's get in the studio together and write.
And you're going to tour as well in the UK?
Well, we're going to do the UK first and see how it works. And then if it works, then we'll bring it here.
That's going to be exciting. The classic Alice Cooper band. But you're going to have the new guys with you too. The
Oh yeah,
current
we'll have
band.
both bands.
So it's going to be like a two-part show.
That'd be
That's amazing.
That'd be great.
And the old band, it's just going to be the classic stuff from that era.
Yeah, they would play like No More Mr. Nice Guy and 18 and $1 Billion Babies. So
Long Way to Go.
They would do, well, they want to do Muscle of Love, you know. But I mean, I would just let them pick the songs they want to do.
Yeah. On the new album, it seems like your flies in your halo has finally died.
Yes, yes.
The ones who get it, get it.
Yeah, I know, I got it. And you know, Dead Flies actually was Generation Landslide Part 2. I just kind of updated it for this generation.
Yeah,
it was great.
Alec, you've been doing so many interviews. It's unbelievable. I mean, since the late 60s, early 70s, you've been confronted to most questions.
Yeah.
What's the one question nobody dared to ask you?
Trying to think of what that would be. Probably a Bible verse. Galatians 2:20. That's a good one.
Yeah. And also, I read recently that you finally you don't have to eat pork salad and cabbage because you found in your own collection a Warhol picture.
Yeah, it was really my girlfriend at the time was a model, and she bought this Andy Warhol picture.
Can we do something about the feedback here, Kevin?
I don't mind feedback. Anyway, she bought this in 1971 and gave it to me, and I hung it up for about 2 weeks, and then moved to LA and forgot I had it. I rolled it up into a roll and put it in the warehouse. And then I was talking to Dennis Hopper before he passed away, and he was telling me about how his Warhols have really gained in value, and I went, I think I have a Warhol. So I looked through the garage, and there it was, and I gave it to Chef, my manager, and he says, this is worth like $11 million. And I went, well, that's good.
Yeah, and you can finally put food on the table again.
Yeah, I can have meat in the soup now.
Actually, we had a competition on Bandit Radio, and some of the listeners actually supplied some questions here.
Okay.
So these are questions from the listeners. See if we can dig into these. Do you remember exactly which album made you want to become a rock star?
Yeah, very first time I ever heard the Beatles, meet the Beatles. It was like I was painting a house, I was 15 years old, and I had the radio on all the time, top 40 radio. And it was, Motown and Beach Boys and the Four Seasons, and all of a sudden I heard, and I went, what was that? And it was, then about an hour later I heard Please Please Me, and an hour later I heard I Want to Hold Your Hand.
And that's it.
I was hooked, and I immediately called up Dennis Dunaway, and I said, we got to start a band.
So it's all Beatles' fault.
And we did. We learned Beatles, Rolling Stones, the Yardbirds, Kinks, all that stuff, and then developed the Alice Cooper.
That question was from Johanna Hemmingsson. And here we have one from Hanna Herrenball. What's the difference between being a sober rock star as opposed to a drinking one? Because you have experience being both.
Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and say I didn't write some great songs when I was drinking. Because I did, and it was fun for a while, but it does catch up with you. I was the kind of...
Can you lower the monitors? Lower the monitors, please.
Okay, Tommy, fix that, all right? My guitar player knows how to do it. So. The difference is the fact that you can go for so long. When we were 22, 23 years old, our band lived on beer.
Budweiser, wasn't it?
It was, beer was a food group to us. you know. So we just drank all the time, and we were indestructible at that age. When you get a little bit older, all of a sudden you start realizing that it's affecting your insides. You know? I mean, I was never a bad drunk, I was never a mean drunk. I was always the happy guy. But insides it was tearing me up. I was throwing up blood. That's probably not a good idea.
Not a good idea.
Yeah.
But
If
today,
you're throwing up blood, it's probably time to stop.
but you seem to have recovered pretty good because today you look more fit than ever.
36 years. This young lady right here, Cheryl, please come out here.
Cheryl, Alice Cooper's wife.
We've been married 41 years. And she played the nurse tonight. She played the rag doll that does the ballet. So, the way to keep a marriage together is you kill each other on stage. She kills me and I kill her. It's fine, we never have an argument.
So, what inspires you to donate to charity? Which you do quite a lot, asks Sarah Edlund. And what inspired you to start the Solid Rock Foundation?
Well, you know, I sat and I watched, being from Detroit, I've seen a lot of drug deals go down. And I watched a couple of 16-year-old kids doing a drug deal. And it came to me and I said, how does that kid not know he might be the best guitar player in Arizona? How does the other kid know he might not be the best drummer? Because they never had an opportunity to do that. So let's open a place where any teenager can come in and learn guitar, bass, drums. Cheryl teaches dance there. Anything that has to do with rock and roll, it's all free. You know, but what it does is it gets kids out of gangs. It gets kids, it changes their whole outlook on what they're about. And now these kids are all good guitar players, they're in bands, and they're not out selling meth. So, and to me that was really important.
And you've seen hands-on the results
Oh
of
man, I've seen it. You change one kid that's into the gang world. You don't just change a family, you change the whole neighborhood.
which is amazing.
Entire neighborhood. Yeah.
Michael Anderson asks, how can you distinguish from the Alice Cooper persona and your own?
There was a long time.
Come here, fix this.
Andy, come on, Andy, get this together. There was a long time when I was drinking where I didn't know where I ended and Alice began. You know, when I got sober, I realized that Alice was a character. And it wasn't me. It was, you know, a character I played. So when I'm on stage tonight, that's not the same person that's talking to you here. I don't even hang out with him.
Right.
I mean, you know, he's a totally different.
Jävla
thing, that
kaxande
guy
pallar,
is.
man har ju ingenting vad de snackar om.
He's dangerous. He's funny. You know, but like we don't really hang out. You know, but I really enjoy playing him. I really like getting up.
Håll
and singing.
käften!
What does it say on your driver's license? Does it say Vincent Furnier or Alice Cooper? It says Alice Cooper.
The only person that calls me Vince is my mom and Keith Richards. Keith Richards says, Vinny.
Kevin, kill the monitors entirely.
He says, how long has it been since you've had a drink? I say, 30 years. He goes, begs the question, why? He goes, stumbles off, and I swear it's Jack Sparrow. That's where Johnny got Jack Sparrow, was just watching Keith Richards, you know.
Jenny Joplin, I don't know if it's her real name, but
I got a real mic now.
Oh, you got a good mic now.
Sometimes you gotta go hardwired.
Well, we bailed him out. Tommy Denander, everybody. Or as Alice calls him, Tommy Denanger.
I like Denanger better. Okay, I like it. Denanger.
I wonder if it's my mic that sounds...
Yeah, I sound great now.
This is crappy. Kevin, you gotta fix this system.
Why don't I hand you this mic?
Hang on. Not Alice's fault, not mine either. Yeah. Oh, you mean we'll share the mic? Yeah, let's do that. So, how has life as an artist? I mean, because you've been a touring artist, you've been a recording artist all your life, pretty much, ever since your adolescence. How did that affect family life, being, apart, away from family and everything for long stretches of time?
It was kind of funny because I met Cheryl on the Welcome to My Nightmare show. She was 18 years old and she joined the tour, and we were married the next year. So we toured together for many, many years. She was in the show for a long time. Then we had our daughter Calico, and Calico then joined the show. Calico was in the show for 10 years. And yeah, she played everybody from, Calico, by the way, now is a comedian. She's a stand-up, she does improv comedy, and she's the lead singer in Visto Blanco. She's the motor queen. So if Calico were here right now, she would be making you laugh because she's a very funny girl. And everybody in my family has been in the show at one point. My daughter Sonora, our daughter Sonora was in the show at one point. I had Cheryl, Sonora, and Calico. On Halo of Flies, they were like 3 Chinese assassins. And they just all looked exactly the same. It was great. The Dash has got him up and sung with the band. He's got his own band called Co-op, and they're great. Dash's band is really, really good. So everybody in my family has been in the show. Yeah.
So we have actually a winning question here as well. The winner in this question competition for Bandit Radio. And the winner is a girl called Lovisa Andersson. So here we have the winning question. Think about this one. It's actually a two-parter, I think. What has been the most challenging about being Alice Cooper over the years?
The thing I think I'm most proud of is the longevity. Because when you're starting, I was out there drinking with Jim Morrison and Jimi Hendrix and those guys, and they didn't get past 27. But if you knew them, you realized they weren't going to get past 27 because their lifestyle was so erratic, so, they would take pills the way that you would eat M&Ms, and the fact that you could get past 30 was a big deal. None of us expected to be doing this at almost 70 years old, Mick Jagger is still out there 74, and he blows all of us away when it comes to energy,
Yeah.
So, Steven Tyler and I are the same age, Iggy and I are the same age, Ozzy and I are the same age, and we're all still touring.
The whole original rock and roll lineup, pretty much, is your generation.
And it's so weird that my hair remained black. I don't get it.
What's the secret about actually being relevant after 50 years?
The one music that has not gone away is hard rock. Well, you think of it, punk had its moment, and grunge had its moment, and disco had it, and new wave and everything, and they came and went. What is the music that just kept going? Aerosmith, Alice, bands like that were guitar rock bands were the same, just kept going. Because I think every kid still reacts to guitar rock. And, you'd be a 16-year-old kid and listen to Jimi Hendrix and go, wow, what is that? So it's the one music that just won't die.
Could one key to your secret be that you actually dared to reinvent yourself a couple of times?
Well, it's not even reinventing it. It's just seeing if an audience can catch up to see what you're about. They heard their mom and dad talking about it, and then they say, like, we'd be out with Rob Zombie or Marilyn Manson. And the Marilyn Manson crowd would say, we've heard about this Alice Cooper all of our life, let's go see him. And then they go and see it and they become Alice fans, Because, we don't leave anything at home. When we get on stage, it's 110%. We don't ever do a show that's low key. So tonight's show is a normal show.
You take a fantastic show on the road every couple of years, but have you ever considered a residency show in Vegas, for instance, where you can actually work like a whole theater and keep everything for nights?
I would love to do that, if it was just for about a month. Because I think I would miss touring. Touring is you become a road rat after a while.
But in Vegas, you can go to Rome, you can go to Paris, you can go to Egypt.
Well, Vegas would be great as long as you don't become a Vegas act. You know, as long as you don't start saying, "Hey, it's good to see you here tonight." Hey. You know, this is a song I wrote in 1975. It's called. You know who used to do that?
Alice the Cooper.
Dio used to do that. Dio was, you know, he'd go up on stage and be fighting dragons and, you know, and doing all this stuff. Then he'd say, "Hey, here's a song I wrote in 1971. And it's a song I wrote about my cousin who would," and I look at him and I go, "Don't do that! You're ruining the whole thing." But he did it. That was Dio.
Is there a dream project lurking in the back of your mind? Something you would like to materialize in the future?
Well, I mean, Alice on Broadway would be great as long as it doesn't water down. In other words, I would do this show on Broadway, or I would do Welcome to My Nightmare, the real Welcome to My Nightmare show on Broadway. Just exactly like it was then, and not water it down. When Tommy went to Broadway, you know, they brought in an orchestra and it just made everything watered down. And that's not the way Pete Townsend wrote it. You know, I mean, if the Who would have been playing Tommy and they would have done the theater, it would have been unbelievable. But when you get to Broadway, everybody starts going, "Well, you know, people are coming in from Iowa and they don't want to hear all that really loud music." I would never do that. You know, I would keep it at full volume.
We're gonna finish off, Alice, and we have a surprise for you.
A surprise for me.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna call up a guy on stage. His name is Peter Jakobsson, and he's an artist. And Peter, here you go.
How are you, Peter? Good to see you, man.
This is an original painting by him.
Thank you. Oh, look at this.
Turn it around.
Oh, look at this. This is great. Look at this.
That's a great one.
This will scare my grandchildren.
Or it would.
I hope.
It would look perfect at Coopertown.
That's, you know what? It'll hang in my house.
Oh,
Not
cool.
Cooperstown.
There you go.
This goes in my house. Yeah. That's really, thank you, Peter. That's really nice. We'll take a picture with this, okay? Yeah. That's great.
There you go.
That's my alter ego.
So, Alice, thank you very much for this chat.
Thank you.
I'll hold the painting.
Thank you guys all for showing up tonight.
Alice Cooper, everybody!
You're lucky I don't have my cane. I've known Anders for years and years and years.
35 years.
He was the first guy that ever put us on the cover of his magazine and totally broke us in Sweden. So
Alice, give us a song! Alice, give us a song! Alice, give us a song! Alice, give us a song!
Ja. Och kvällen fortsätter med Alice Coopers band här som kommer att röja loss ikväll. Så det kommer att vara party här ända till klockan 3, så ingen går hem nu inte.